Hello, I'm Sam from Lindo Guitars, and today we're going to be taking a look at this unmistakable, incredibly unique little beauty of an instrument, the Lindo Sahara travel guitar. This guitar is part of the Sahara collection, which marks the 20th anniversary of our Bristol-based business. In common with all of the guitars in that range, this thing is absolutely stunning. Let's go over some of the features. When it comes to aesthetics, there are so many unique features on this guitar that it's kind of difficult to know where to start. Lindo's graphic designer took inspiration from the rich African artwork of the Sahara region to create this absolutely beautiful design on the front of the body. It contains notes of Moroccan architecture, mosaics, and henna, culminating in an absolutely gorgeous looking instrument. Then of course we have the equally stunning turquoise soaked through maple fretboard and bridge. This is a really interesting manufacturing process, which, as it sounds, involves soaking maple wood in dye to create this beautiful colour. So it's not just a finish or a spray that gets put on top of the fretboard. This dye is soaked right through to the core of the wood, which means that it will never wear away. Whilst we're on the topic of the fretboard, we have to talk about these inlays because they are absolutely awesome. The nautical star on the 12th fret is particularly eye-catching and is intricately made using abalone seashell and maple, which creates a really amazing, almost three-dimensional look. A really awesome design choice. The guitar also features really beautiful maple binding running around the whole of the body and the neck of the guitar, which is a really nice touch. Now you might think that's all of the unique features on this guitar covered, but you would be wrong, because hiding on the back of the guitar is a really interesting and unique composite neck that looks absolutely beautiful. Now, not only is this an aesthetic feature, but it's also an environmentally conscious design choice. The composite wood we use is also incredibly sturdy and handles temperature and humidity changes really well, which is actually particularly important on a travel size guitar when you're going to be moving location quite frequently. All in all, a really cool and interesting design choice that certainly sets this guitar apart from others. In terms of construction, obviously it's a travel size guitar, so it's 3/4 size. It's got a scale length of 23 inches, and then it's got a spruce top. It's got sapele back and sides, and then, as I've just mentioned, it's got a composite neck, and it's got this beautiful turquoise stained maple fretboard and bridge. It's got a 43mm bone nut, it's got a intonation compensated saddle, and some lovely silver chrome tuners that look great and provide great tuning stability. It's also got glow-in-the-dark fret markers, so you'll be able to see what your hands are doing, whether you're playing around a campfire or on a dimly lit stage. This guitar sounds absolutely fantastic. It's got a really lovely, rich and warm tone that, in my opinion, really suits kind of chilled out, melancholy music. It's also worth mentioning that this guitar comes with nylon strings as standard, but you can also opt for steel strings if you'd prefer, which have a much brighter sound. So I'll make sure to include playing samples of both later on in the video. The Sahara travel guitar features the BS3M blend preamp. Now this is a really cool bit of kit because not only does it have the piezo in the bridge of the guitar that you would expect, but it's also got a sound hole microphone. I find this really captures the intimacy and the roundness of a guitar that sometimes a piezo misses. It really reintroduces a lot of that low end back into the mix, and it also compensates for a slightly smaller sized guitar, so you still have that really lovely warm rich bass. The preamp has a really intuitive and easy to use design. So it's got a volume just here, and then it's got a 3-band EQ, so bass, middle and treble, and then the mixer up here controls the blend of piezo and mic that the guitar is putting out, and then you've also got this notch knob here, which basically cuts out certain frequencies that can really help resolve feedback issues in live settings, which is a really nice and useful feature to have. There's also a tuner on the guitar, so to activate that, you just hit the tuner button here, and the LED screen will light up, and you can really quickly and easily tune your instrument, which is really handy. There's also a phase button on the guitar. Now, when you're using a guitar that has 2 pickups, or in this case has got a microphone and a pickup, sometimes something can happen called phase cancellation. In layman's terms, this is when 2 audio signals, in this case the piezo and the microphone, start to interfere with each other, which creates frequency issues and tone issues and can lead to quite a thin sounding guitar. Hitting the phase button essentially reverses the polarity of one of the audio signals that just stops any phase cancellation problems from happening. So, obviously this is a 3/4 size travel guitar, but what does that actually mean in terms of how it plays? Well, the short scale length considerably reduces the string tension of the guitar, so it's a lot easier to press down notes than on a full-size guitar, which is great if you're a beginner or you just don't want to get really calloused fingers. The short scale length also means that everything's just a little bit closer together than on a standard size guitar, which means that you can really comfortably make big stretches, and it's really great if you've got slightly smaller hands. The guitar also has a fairly chunky C-shaped neck that's really comfortable and perfect for beginners and experienced players alike. Now, one thing that we're really proud of here at Lindo Guitars is that every single one of our instruments gets a full professional setup here in our Bristol headquarters before we ship them out to you. This ensures that when a guitar arrives on your doorstep, it's going to be playing and sounding great straight out of the box. So now that we've gone through some of the features, let's hear what this thing sounds like. I'll mic up the guitar with a condenser microphone so you can get a really accurate representation of exactly what this thing sounds like in a room, and then I'll plug it directly into the computer so you can hear how this really cool blend preamp sounds. So this has been a quick demo of the Lindo Sahara travel guitar. You can check out this guitar along with many other amazing models on our website. Thank you for watching and take care.